Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to make a video about some algae scrubber action today. I'm going to let y'all know what kind of algae can grow and stuff like that. This is that Massivore Delight y'all were asking about. I use this as a staple, guys. I've been using it for 1.5 to 2 years now. They love it. Y'all asked if picky eaters would eat it. Yes, I had a red-tailed catfish and he gobbled it up like it was live food. So it's a great staple diet. It has great fiber, great protein. It's not overly saturated in it and blah 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 blah. But so this video isn't too long, guys. I want to hurry up and kind of get into it. This is the start of my algae scrubber. I'll go into more detail once I can have a little bit of time. I'm getting ready to go out and mow my yard real quick in the freezing ass weather. But you want to drill a 1/8 inch hole all the way down there. And the reason I recommend 1/8 inch is because it fits the screens that you need perfectly. This is plastic canvas, and it just slides in there like that. Now, to the plastic canvas, guys, you want 1 square inch of this stuff per gallon of water. That's what it'll filter anyway. So this is a 12 by 18, so it'll filter a 216 gallon tank. So you do length times width, and that's how many gallons that this screen will filter. And this is natural filtration, guys. This is how lakes, rivers, oceans, any body of water, this is how they're filtered. Not through an algae scrubber, but through algae itself. Y'all can look that up, check out that kind of stuff online. You want to use 3/4 inch pipe. I found that's the best way to go because you get good flow through it. And let's see, there's a couple things I want to touch on. I made my notes so I wouldn't forget to tell y'all anything. Let's see. With the lights, you want to use compact fluorescents. Those are the best ones to use. Don't get the spotlights, guys, because that'll focus too much light on one area of the screen and you won't get maximum growth all over the screen, and you'll be just wasting space with it. So those look just like that. That's a compact fluorescent spotlight right there. Now I know it says spotlight, but I mean y'all can see the light coverage over that. I mean it's actually coming out to here. Here's my gorilla nose bulldog there. It's not an actual breed, guys. I just call her gorilla nose. Anyways, and see those mangroves over there? They grow fine under it. They're actually budding now. But anyways, the type of algae that you want, when Walter Addy invented this, he made an algae turf scrubber. He was growing turf algae. That's not the algae you want to grow with these things, guys. You want to go green hair algae. There's several different types of algae that you might grow or might not grow depending on how you set it up. There's the green hair algae that I just told you about. That's the best kind because it's long and filamentous, and it'll just get all that particulate matter. It'll filter your nitrates, phosphates, all kinds of stuff. Now there's a light brown kind of diatom stuff, like that stuff in the corner there. If you start growing that, it just means that your screen is new, or it can be an older screen. It's just after you clean it, it might grow that. The black oily tar type algae, not blackbeard algae, but the black oily looking, it looks just like diatom algae except it's black. That means you have like really high nutrients in your tank. You probably need to do a lot of water, or quite a few large water changes that you should be doing anyway with cichlids. But anyways, stronger lights will fix that. Plus, you have to clean that every 3 days instead of every 7. There's a yellow rubbery type of slime algae. It looks just like the 2 previous I mentioned, except it's yellow. It looks like phlegm that you would spit up. That means your flow is too low, and you don't have enough iron supplementation in there. That's the reason it's yellow. With plants, whenever the veins in the leaves are green and the leaf is yellow, that means that you need iron in them. So, you know, when you hear yellow or see yellow, think iron, and up your flow a little bit. If you get cyano, your light is too weak. So you'll just have to bump your light up a little bit. Let's see. There's also if your flow is like if your screen is too near or too close to the actual scrubber screen itself, you might get a bald spot. Or you use spotlights instead of the CFLs, the curly Q bulbs, as people might know them. You could also run your lights a few hours less each day to help with that. But that's the deal with that one. The big bald spot in the middle, I don't even know why I put that there. That would be an obvious fix. But if you have, I wrote this as mysterious bald spots appearing on your algae screen. Like if you're in your fish room and you have a full screen of algae, you come back 5 minutes later, there's a spot missing. That means that either A, you're not cleaning it when you're supposed to, or B, you have really fantastic growth and it's just getting too heavy and falling off. In either case, just clean more often. That'll fix that. Now, to determine how many, how many watts you need, you want 1 watt per gallon of total actual watts. You don't want the equivalent to, you want the actual watts. So if it says 35 watts equivalent to 120 watts, you're only getting 35 watts there, guys. So for that 40-gallon breeder that I'm going to be running this thing on, ooh, look at that. That's one of Skip's real hard dove eyes right there. Thanks again, Skip. Yeah, and blah blah blah. So you'll be running it on. I'll be running it on that. So I want 40-watt bulb, 20 on either side. I'm gonna do a 45-watt bulb on both sides and just aim them kind of far away. That's what those guys right there are. They say that you can't overfilter with these, but I beg to differ. I'm gonna try it anyway. You know, you always have to test. You always have to test it. And the flow that you want 35 to 45 gallons per square inch of slot length. So, however long the slot is that you cut inside your tube to put the screen in, right? So you have 12 watts, or I'm sorry, 12 inches of slot space. You multiply that by 35 to 45 watts, and that's not watts, but inches, and that's how many gallons per hour you want, or I'm sorry, 35 to 45 gallons per hour by multiplied by how many inches of slot that you have. Let's see if another thing I want to do and go over is how often you have to clean it. You have to clean these things every 7 days. Unless you have that black algae, then you want to clean it every 3. And when you first set it up, let it run for a full 24 hours before you put it on a light cycle. And the light cycle needs to be sorry, excuse me guys, I think I'm getting sick. The light schedule, you want it to be on 18 hours of the day and off for 6 hours. Don't ever let it run 24 hours all the time, because you won't get the filtering that you need, simply because it just won't grow algae anymore. Now, there's a couple shout outs I want to do. I know this video is kind of long, guys, but I want to do a shout out to the dog man. He's about to have a flood. Y'all make sure y'all keep him in your prayers. Make sure everything goes good with his family and his fish and everything he loves. He's a fellow fish keeper and human being for that matter. So, you know, just send some of your prayers up for him, guys. And I want to do a shout out to Skip. He noticed my bad boy Big Rig here was starting to get a nuchal hump like his daddy, Rampage Jr. Starting to be a badass fish, guys. Here he is. He can come out and get him some. That's that Massive War Delight. Oh, I just fed him though. But yeah, he's starting to look like his daddy. At least I hope he looks like his daddy. Rampage Jr.'s just sick fish. But y'all can see he's starting not to be afraid of the camera anymore. What I did was I came in here and, you know, just started playing with my phone around the tank so he'd get kind of used to it. But yeah, he's looking pretty sick. I also want to do a shout out to Cichlidman09. I'm getting some of those Frederick style eyes off of him, some of those Freddies, and some of his Rio Magdalena umbies. He's sending me those, and he has great deals on his fish, guys. Y'all hit him up while he has them, because he's in it for the hobby. He's not in it to rip people off, and I'm living proof of that, I promise you. So hit him up, see what he can quote you and do for you. And that's it, guys. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I'll do updates on this as I get it. You know, get it moving along. I'm just kind of fiddling with it today. And another thing about these screens, make sure you rough them up really, really good. I mean, they have to be tacky, 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 because the smooth won't hold the algae. You can see how smooth it is, right? It's just really smooth, guys, and you have to tack it up for the algae to stick to it, for the roots to grow in it and stuff like that. That way you'll get good filtering capacity. But as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think of the video. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. I'm always improving. And the only way to improve is to share your stuff with other people and fellow hobbyists. And I have a lot of people wanting these dove eyes I'm showing you guys. I'm sorry, these are my breeding stock, especially the pair, not the pair, but the pair of males that I got from Skip. They're the best damn dove eyes I've ever seen. He has a really good program on there. Go check out Real Hard Cichlids. Check out his YouTube channel. Check out his website. Check out everything about him, man, because he has a badass breeding program over there, especially with those pyros. And again, Skip, I'm waiting on those yellows, man. I want to see an update video, and I want one in my tank. But yeah, so shout out to everybody else. Guys, thanks for subbing. Thanks for being my fan. I really appreciate that. And as always, y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all later. Adiosa.